Hello, as you can see today it's cold, I got my cup of tea to keep me warm. This is the magic happens, well, sometimes. My name is Valentino and I'm going to do some tutorial videos on painting or places where I love to paint. Let's say today I'm going to be your painting companion on a journey of having fun. And if you enjoy what you see, paint along.
Okay, the mix I'm going to use is a light blue with a hint of purple for the outer edge of the board. As you paint more towards the middle of the painting, I'm using a grey mix, basically white with a hint of black, some pink, and of course purple. This is to give, the idea is to give a misty, romantic effect of Venice. If you visit Venice in the summer, you'll notice those pastel colors. Gonna paint the board, say 3/4, using this mix, and add bit of white if you want to lighten it up a bit. Here I'm leaving the bottom part of the canvas free where the pavement is going to be built. I'm just mixing in the blue where the water is going to be, and soon I'm going to start on the main building, which is the San Giorgio Maggiore Island. There's the tower, and it looks like I'm using a dark tone of pink with the aid of Z-square to help me to paint this vertical line, because I'm useless on vertical line. On one side is obviously darker, so you use a darker tone of the pink with some mixed purple in it. And on the other side, which on the side the light comes from the right hand side, is using the lighter tone of the pink we mixed with a bit of yellow ochre and some white. In the middle, the campanile has got a white marble band, and on top it's got like a cone, a party hat cone, Christmas party hat. You start obviously from the left hand side, which is a darker tone, and slowly blend it in until you get to the right hand side, which is you put some lighter tone. And the idea is to keep it not too much details, give as little detail as possible. You want to keep it misty, give it the misty look, it's a faraway look, which is not very clear. We don't have to paint every window. So now we can start on paint on the main body of the building. It's important to remember here, because it's a building, it's got straight lines. It's not like painting trees. It's important you give an indication of straight lines, which is buildings. On the main San Giorgio Maggiore church or cathedral, there is a dome on top, so you do exactly the same thing. Paint the left hand side slightly darker, right hand side put some highlight, and so on. The idea is to keep it simple. Here there is, on the left hand side, it's got two more little domes using the same dark mixture. Paint those, give it a little indication. The paint I'm going to use for the white walls is going to be a yellow ochre mix with pink and a slightly obviously touch of purple. The building ends about here. Now we start on the painting, giving the wall effect. In front of this building it's got columns, so we give it a straight line, vertical line going straight into the water, thinking already of the reflection on the water, and just dab it on, and important that the horizontal line is straight, otherwise you're painting a look crooked. Here, by using a dry brush, drag it down and just give an indication, the same paint used on the building, on the water, just a little pick, the highlight, the point that stick out the more, and then using again a dry brush, give it a vertical line, just gently drag it down, and you can see immediately you get a reflection of the water, and then drag the brush with the highlight horizontally to give it this little sparkle. Can you see close up what I'm talking about? The water is lit up. This little horizontal line just gives the water that sparkle effect. Basically, what's painting water reflection is vertical line and a horizontal line. For this kind of faraway scenery. Here I am drawing, painting. Well, painting and drawing is where the lamppost is on a walkway where there's a light sits on it. Using the darker tones, black, blue and a bit of purple, just draw a straight line. As you know, straight line I'm useless. Here we go. And basically is using a brush instead of a pencil, of painting and drawing at the same time. This is the walkway. It's something like so. To one side, and then you got two sides. Obviously just painting a box, a little rectangular, and already thinking of the reflection under this walkway is going to be darker simply because the shadow, and then it's closer to you. You need to do it darker. As you can see, already the pavement is showing because you have added some darker blue. Carry on obviously with a black line. It's basically is building it up slowly building it up. If you don't like it, you change it. Simple as that. Sometimes you paint things which you shouldn't, then you go over and over again. Yeah, we just got to build it up. You're going to hear this word lots of time, building it up. It's like building a wall, one brick at a time. In our case, it's painting using one brush stroke at a time. And as you go up, because you're using this technique, yeah, I'm just giving a little indication where the flags or tiles going to be on the pavement, just to see, visualize. It helps you just to visualize how is it going to look. See, already you can see the separation between the water and the walkway. Here, basically it's just giving some indication of reflection on the water, adding some blue, more blue, and working on the reflection, using darker tones on the X's. This particular walkway looks like it's got squares, and inside the squares got these X's, and then on the middle of this X got some more lines. The side that's away from the opposite side, the left hand side, is slightly light obviously from the one on the right hand side. And it's basically building it with paint. You start on the darker tone, then you put the medium light, which I'm using the same mix which is in the sky, in the building, is on this walkway, just slightly darker. The light tone, the middle tone, I use purples for two reasons. One, when you use the highlight yellow, you want to use yellow or yellow ochre, or this doesn't turn green. I want the paint to turn green when I want it to paint green, not when he wants to paint to turn green. Still working on the reflection on water, where the posts and those wooden stick go straight into the water. I'm putting some yellow ochre mix with pink on the walkway where you actually walk on to go get on a gondola. I'm using now a bit of a highlight on the walkway, highlight on the pavement. You can see the three little steps going into the water. Now, just define a bit better, give it a little more details on this pavement by using the same tones, darker, lighter, purple with some black. You can see by adding some black on the edge of the pavement how it's starting to take shape. And here just painting, dabbing, give an effect of flags, tiles. using the dark tones, and then you can put the highlight with the lighter tones. As you can see, I realized those lines are not correct, so I'm correcting with using black, and basically just shaping them up with using black in between, defining those flags, let's say, but using the same color tones, dark pink with purple, and the highlight is the light pink with some yellow ochre and some white. As you can see, just they look like, to me, like a number 7. 7, one side is lighter, the other side is darker. It's all slowly, you need to build it up. If you don't like it, the color change it. As you go along, you can see where you made a mistake, you can correct it. Oil paint allows you to do that, and with black you just separate it, the flags. But obviously keep it not too much detail. We'll give it just a little bit more details than we were given on the background. Obviously this is closer to us, it needs to have more details. Now you can see more the steps going down to the water. Obviously the black just defines it and separates it from the water. Okay, we can start painting, drawing and painting at the same time the gondolas. Important is to get the size of the gondola. Obviously you don't want it to be too smaller than the background. It needs to be fairly big, being closer to you. We just put 2 gondolas, not too many. The point is to shape it, give it a shape. Everything is to give it a shape that looks like a gondola. It doesn't have to be exactly like a gondola, it's just an indication. We're trying to do a impressionist painting, not a photograph painting. If you like to paint looks like a photograph, obviously you're watching the wrong video. I like to paint in impressionist style, let's say. So it's an impression of, in this case, gondolas. Underneath the gondola, obviously it's going to be the shaded area, so it's darker blue. We keep the same tone colors: blue, purple, black, pink and yellow ochre. These colors are in the painting from the sky to the pavement. Slowly build the color of the gondola. If it looks too small, you can just make it slightly bigger. If it looks too big, you can make it a bit too smaller by you painting over the water or the gondola, in whatever case it may apply. Also work on the water by giving some reflection, some wavy line, and those wooden posts that stick out the water. First paint them black. The back of the gondola is black, dark blue and black, and towards us is going to be lighter blue, lighter blue with a hint of a purple, and well, lighter purple with some pink in it, obviously, and yellow ochre for highlight. As you can see now, with the painting the water dark, the pavement is coming out, is sticking out more. You get more details the pavement. It's you're getting the three, what I call a 3 pages effect. You got the pavement is closer to you, is darker, and then it goes lighter, and the very background even lighter. So that gives you depth to the painting. The seats on the gondola, they have like a funny shape, they look like hearts. For these colors I've chosen red. more into the seat you go, it goes darker. The out of the seat, it goes lighter. There we go. We put one more post there. You can put as many sticks as you want. You don't have to reproduce exactly what is in that particular scenery. As you can see, I've changed the color again under the gondola. If you're not happy the way it looks, change it. On a canvas, you can do anything you want. You're in charge, not the paint. Painted the front of the gondola, which is white, and just to give a bit of a body, use some yellow ochre for the darker shaded area, and sparkle some of the water where it is the line between the dark and the light. Okay, now we can concentrate on putting a bit more details on the sticks coming out of the water. Put the medium light, the nice purple, light purple, that's the medium light. So, and same time work on the shadow, on the shade of the water, the reflection, the water effect. You want a little bit of movement on the water under the gondola, where they usually you can see swinging from side to side, swaying from side to side, and the effects make some movement on the water, even in a nice calm day. There goes the yellow ochre to give the highlight on the rim of the gondola. If you lose the dark line, well, just go over there, no big deal. There, the lamppost. Those sticks again. Put the dark back, put the dark back in. We put the purple medium light, so we just need to highlight the darker side now, so it contrasts between the background and the foreground. Those sticks really bring the painting alive. Here we put some highlight on the front of the gondola, the light blue and some purple, and some dark lines underneath, just wavy, swiggly brush effect. If you want to do a different color, well, you can. And put some more highlight here, some more yellow ochre on the top of the gondolas. This passage I'm going to leave it normal speed just to show you a few passages, but it can be tedious. Someone who paints, who loves to paint, oh yeah, fine to watch, as they say, the proverb is saying, to watch paint dry. But if somebody would just want to watch the video, it can be a bit tedious, you know. Painting is enjoyment. When you're painting, you don't realize how long it takes. It doesn't really matter because you're loving it, you're having a great time. And as I mentioned earlier, the reflection on the water is basically vertical line and a horizontal line, just to give it a little indication of water. Here there's a little indication of some post where some gondola. We're going to give just a tiny little hint. There is some gondola there waiting. Don't want to give too much details because it's further away, so obviously you just see very little. Here comes the reflection, like I mentioned. Vertical, horizontal. And there's no other way I can explain. Drag the paint down and then paint it across, so just some small dabs across with just a little bit of highlight, so it just gives gives the effect of water. It's just reflection. You don't want to give it too harsh, you want to give it gentle reflection. The painting is a gentle, misty look painting. It's not it's not strong, I don't know how to put it, a stormy day, for example. Here you work on just giving some wavy lines on the water, some eyeliners to define it a bit better. To give, just define where the dark and the light meets. There is a little sparkle of sunshine in between the dark and the light. Yeah, I'm putting more highlight on the posts, on the sticks. Some add one more, make them slightly taller, and sparkle them up with yellow ochre. Look at that, the sparkle. How the painting is just bursting to life. Yellow ochre, pink, bit of white, and sparkle it up basically. Sparkle the rim of the gondola, the top of the gondola. And where you think you need to put some highlight, just put some highlight and see if it looks good, leave. If it doesn't look good, well, take it off. No, there's no, like I said before, you are in charge, not the paint. If you like it, if you love the way it turns out, fine. If somebody else loves your painting, fine too. If they don't, well, that's even fine too. No big deal. At the end of the day, you've got to enjoy it. And just sparkle, basically sparkle all over. A bit of white, a bit of yellow ochre, a bit of pink. Just dab it here and there on where you think it needs to sparkle the water up. Put some highlight on the walkway, the yellow ochre mixed some pink, and the same by the gondolas. Basically just blend it in, bring it in all together. Sometimes you do a painting, the background looks fantastic, the foreground looks fantastic, but they don't match. It looks like two paintings put together. So you just need to keep it the same kind of gentle, misty kind of feeling running through the painting. And highlight these flags. Just one side, like I said before, looks like an upside down 7 and a number 7. One side is this number 7 is highlighted, the other side is darker. Just basically put the paint. If you like the way it looks, leave. If you don't, change it, take it off. Here I'm just defining a bit of defining more tiles, just to give the effect of, if you've been to Venice, you know, obviously know Venice is, those tiles are pretty old, so they depend on the time of the year you go. They look all different color. But just sparkle it up, highlight it, put more details we need to. Here, be more light tones, where the light of sunshine, that particular spot, the sunshine will sparkle on the tile, just give us a bit of burst of life. There you go. There on the rim there, just highlight it, leave the black line, but just highlight it, just highlight it, just next to the black line, so that way just it gives 3 dimensions, doesn't leave them flat. Sometimes you see some beautiful paintings, but they are flat. And on the walkway the same, give them a bit more of a highlight, just burst it with energy. Look at the post, look at the sparkle, look how they're sparkling. Oh yeah, nice. Same with the water, look at that. Where you think you need to sparkle it up. And that's it. We only got to paint, just they have the gondolas where they tied up little ropes, and define a bit more the seat, a bit more red, a bit more of like a pink on the top. The top of the gondola, most of them are blue. They have these blue covers over them. Now we start on the light, which is something like so. Start with the dark tones, paint the light itself black, but it's not actually black. It's black mixed with some purple or some blue, so it's softer black. And always keeping in mind, one side give it a bit of a highlight, paint the white over the glass, but one side just give a little bit of yellow to make it look dirty, old. Otherwise it sticks up too much. So now we are pretty much finished. So if you have enjoyed, and if you enjoyed what you've seen and you want to paint along, try yourself. Fine, why not? Only thing left to do is sign it. Sign and date it. I date it usually to, if I look back, say in a few months' time or in a year time, I can see the difference. I can see what I have improved and what I need to improve. Well, that's one of the main reasons.